Welcome back to the battle between Gorr the God Butcher and Shazam. A clash between Gorr the God Butcher and Shazam. One side is the embodiment of resentment, nihilism, and a curse aimed at those entities called gods. The other is the embodiment of virtue, light, and blessings from the ancient gods themselves. Even in their base forms, both characters rank among the most destructive and influential entities in their respective universes. The amplification of their power over decades of publication, especially when considering cosmic events and metaphysical dimensions, only complicates matters further. Let us begin.
First up is the God Butcher. Gorr, also known as Gorr the God Butcher, is neither a god nor a hero. He is an alien being from an unnamed, barren, and harsh planet at the edge of the universe. Gorr's origin is a devastating tragedy, the forging of one of the most terrifying and haunting entities ever born. Born into a lowly race, Gorr endured a life rife with suffering, starvation, and disease. His pain culminated when he witnessed the agonizing deaths of his wife and young children while he prayed for help from his race's god, Rapu. However, Rapu offered no blessing. The god appeared, laughed at Gorr's weakness, and declared that the gods cared nothing for lesser beings. Utter despair transformed into absolute fury. Gorr realized a dark truth. The gods were not guardians of justice, but arrogant parasites, selfish entities that toyed with the lives of the weak. From that moment on, Gorr's mind shattered and rebuilt itself around a single purpose, an insane yet utterly unwavering mission: to slaughter every god in the multiverse, from past and present to future. Gorr's weapon and source of power came not from training or genetic mutation, but from an ancient metaphysical entity, All Black the Necrosword. This is no ordinary sword. All Black is the first symbiote ever created, forged in the abyss by Knull, the Lord of the Symbiotes, and a primordial darkness entity that existed before the Marvel Universe was born. All Black was created for a singular conceptual purpose: to annihilate beings of light, celestials, and gods. And when Gorr found All Black, after decapitating a celestial god that had fallen onto his planet, the sword bonded with him. This bonding transformed Gorr from a sickly dying creature into an immortal entity, bearing the power of the abyss. Gorr's abilities, while wielding All Black, transcend all physical limits. He possesses physical strength, sufficient to tear gods apart, the endurance to survive in the vacuum of space and under the pressure of neutron stars, and immunity to most forms of aging, disease, or conventional physical harm. But All Black's true power lies in its ability to manipulate darkness and matter. Gorr can turn darkness into weapons, creating thousands of necroblades, control shadow tendrils to shred enemies, and even manipulate the molecular structure of matter within darkness. He can fly across galaxies, teleport instantaneously through dimensions, and create shadow monsters to serve his slaughter campaign. All Black also grants Gorr the ability to absorb energy, particularly divine energy, turning the power of the gods he kills into nourishment for himself and the sword. However, to truly gauge Gorr's power, we can not only look at his base form. The pinnacle of Gorr's power is showcased in Jason Aaron's Times, the God Butcher Times storyline, when he travels through time. In a future timeline, after killing most of the gods in the universe, Gorr confronts King Thor. During this battle, Gorr kills King Thor, seizes his power, and merges it with All Black to become the God of Gods. In this God of Gods state, Gorr is no longer merely a being carrying a sword. He becomes a multiversal-level cosmic entity. He can create and annihilate universes with a mere thought, erase the existence of gods from the time stream, and manipulate reality on an absolute scale. He sits on a throne made from the bones of millions of gods, ruling a shadow empire that stretches across the multiverse. At this level, Gorr doesn't just kill gods with brute force. He kills gods by erasing the very concept of their godhood from existence. Despite possessing horrific power, Gorr is not without weaknesses. His greatest weakness lies in his own mind and the nature of All Black. The Necrosword is a living entity with its own will that constantly seeks to corrupt its host's mind. Gorr must perpetually struggle to retain his sanity and original purpose against the depravity of the darkness. Furthermore, Gorr's power heavily depends on All Black. If separated from the sword, as in certain storylines where Thor strips it from him, Gorr becomes significantly weaker, though he remains a formidable warrior. Finally, his blind obsession and hatred sometimes cause Gorr to lose tactical lucidity. He often prefers to torture and toy with his prey rather than annihilate them immediately, creating openings for smarter enemies to exploit. Now, we turn to Shazam. Shazam is the title of Billy Batson, an orphan boy who possesses a pure heart and absolute courage. And magic is not merely spells, but a fundamental force of the multiverse, operated by ancient entities and gods. Billy was chosen by the wizard Shazam, a great sorcerer who guards the Rock of Eternity, to become the champion against the 7 deadly sins and protect the balance of the world. When Billy Batson utters the word Shazam, a bolt of magic lightning from the Rock of Eternity strikes down, transforming the mortal boy into an adult god, bearing the power of 6 gods and 1 supreme divine entity. Shazam's power is not a random bestowal, but a tightly structured system of might, representing the highest pinnacles of mythology. To truly understand Shazam's power, we must dissect the acronym S, Ha.A.M, in detail, for each letter represents a source of metaphysical power. S, Solomon, wisdom of Solomon. Shazam possesses the profound wisdom and knowledge of King Solomon. This not only grants him a genius-level IQ, but also bestows upon him metaphysical comprehension, clairvoyance, and the ability to read all ancient languages. In combat, the wisdom of Solomon allows Shazam to analyze enemy weaknesses, understand the nature of magical attacks, and devise perfect tactics in an instant. This is the factor that makes Shazam not just a muscle-bound machine, but a warrior with peak tactical acumen. H. Hercules, strength of Hercules. Shazam possesses unparalleled physical strength, comparable to, and in many cases proven to be superior to, Superman. He can bear the weight of planets, punch asteroids apart, and engage in hand-to-hand combat with cosmic entities like Darkseid or Doomsday. This strength is not merely muscle, but the conceptual might of a demigod who completed 12 legendary labors. Atlas, stamina of Atlas. Atlas is the Titan god who had to bear the sky on his shoulders. Shazam's stamina allows him to withstand physically devastating attacks at a destructive level, survive the harshest environments in the universe, and never know fatigue. He can hold black holes in place, in certain continuities, endure the pressure of Earth's core, and maintain limitless physical power without depletion. Z. Zeus, power of Zeus. This is the core power source of Shazam. Zeus grants him the power of thunder and the supreme authority of the sky. Shazam's magic lightning is not ordinary physical electromagnetic force, it is divine magic lightning. This lightning can shatter force fields, absorb energy, and crucially, can inflict lethal damage on entities immune to physical attacks. Zeus is also the source of Shazam's immortality and superhuman regeneration. Achilles, courage of Achilles. Shazam possesses absolute courage, fearing no entity whatsoever. He is blessed with perfect hand-to-hand combat skills, the ability to wield any weapon, and an unbreakable will. The courage of Achilles also grants Shazam immunity to psychological attacks, fear, and mind control. M. Mercury, speed of Mercury. Shazam can move faster than light, fly across galaxies, and even travel through time and space by flying beyond the speed of light. His reflex speed allows him to dodge attacks at the quantum level and move so fast that time appears to stand still. Shazam is a perfect machine. He has been a pillar of the Justice League, frequently tasked with confronting cosmic-level threats that Superman could not handle alone. Shazam's magic lightning is one of the most potent weapons in the DC universe. It can revive the dead, shatter ancient curses, and notably, can obliterate magical entities. When Shazam summons the lightning, he is invoking power directly from Olympus, one of the strongest sources of magic. However, Shazam also has fatal weaknesses. The most obvious weakness is the transformation mechanic. If Billy Batson utters the word Shazam, or if someone forces him to speak it, he will instantly revert to the form of a weak, mortal boy. Furthermore, despite possessing the wisdom of Solomon, Billy's mind is sometimes still influenced by the naivety and inexperience of a child, making him susceptible to emotional manipulation or deception by cunning enemies. Moreover, Shazam's power depends on his connection to the Rock of Eternity and the gods. If this connection is severed by high-level magical entities, such as the Spectre or Mr. Mxyzptlk, Shazam will lose most of his power. First, we have a confrontation, a battle between Gorr and Shazam. In their standard state, Gorr wields all black and possesses physical strength, speed, and durability on par with top-tier cosmic entities. He can easily tear apart Superman or Thor in their base forms. However, Shazam is no ordinary physical god. Shazam's power is divine magic, whereas All Black the Necrosword was designed to annihilate celestials and physical gods entities with tangible physical bodies and energy. However, Shazam's power comes from Olympus, a magical dimension. Shazam's lightning is not electricity, but pure magical energy. When Gorr uses darkness and necroblades to attack, Shazam can use the lightning of Zeus to dispel the darkness. For divine light, Zeus is the natural bane of the abyssal darkness. Physically, the strength of Hercules and the stamina of Atlas within Shazam can absolutely compare to, and even surpass, the physical might All Black grants Gorr. Shazam can withstand punches from Darkseid, and Gorr, in his base form, has never demonstrated physical strength exceeding that of a Skyfather, such as Odin or Zeus. In terms of speed, Mercury is faster than light, enabling Shazam to react to Gorr's attacks. However, Gorr has a significant advantage. All Black can adapt and absorb energy. If Shazam fires lightning at Gorr, All Black could attempt to absorb it. But this is where the divine nature of the lightning comes into play. The lightning of Zeus carries a purifying property. It is not merely energy, but the will of the sky. All Black, being a symbiote of darkness, would be severely damaged by this purifying energy. Gorr would not be able to fully absorb Shazam's magic lightning without suffering adverse effects. Furthermore, Shazam possesses the wisdom of Solomon. Billy doesn't only fight with muscle. He would quickly discern the nature of All Black and understand that Gorr depends on the sword. With clairvoyance and metaphysical knowledge, Shazam could find a way to sever the connection between Gorr and All Black, or use the lightning to seal the sword. However, this is where things become incredibly complicated. If we consider Gorr at the peak of his power, the future god of gods version, or Gorr when All Black is fully connected to the abyss and the power of the millions of gods he has slain. In the god of gods state, Gorr is no longer a sword-wielding warrior. He is a multiversal entity, capable of manipulating reality, erasing concepts, and controlling time. He killed King Thor, an entity who possessed the power of Odin and the combined might of all Asgardian gods. Shazam, though powerful, primarily has power limited to protecting Earth and confronting physical, magical threats within the solar system or local multiverse. The power of the god of gods Gorr. He can erase the existence of gods from the time stream. Shazam, in essence, is an embodiment of the gods: Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, Mercury. When Gorr activates his ability to erase the concept of godhood, he is not merely attacking Shazam's physical body, but striking at the very source of his power. He could sever the connection between Billy Batson and the Rock of Eternity, or erase the very concept of Olympus from the reality Shazam inhabits. He can wipe the existence of the gods from the time stream. Shazam, in essence, is an embodiment of the gods: Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, Mercury. When Gorr activates his ability to erase the concept of godhood, he is not merely attacking Shazam's physical body, but striking at the very source of his power. He could sever the connection between Billy Batson and the Rock of Eternity, or erase the very concept of Olympus from the reality Shazam inhabits. Moreover, All Black at its peak can engulf an entire galaxy in darkness, creating an environment where light and divine magic cannot exist. The lightning of Zeus, no matter how powerful, is still a part of the sky. If Gorr erases the concepts of sky and light from that dimension, Shazam would lose the energy source to summon his lightning. Psychologically, Gorr in this state has transcended all emotion. He is the embodiment of absolute nothingness. The courage of Achilles within Shazam would become meaningless against an entity that can erase the very existence of the concept of courage. Shazam has no tools on a multiversal scale to counter the reality and concept manipulation of the god of gods Gorr. He cannot punch apart an entity that has become part of the multiversal structure. Shazam, though a great champion, is still limited by his very divine nature, and All Black is the ultimate weapon created to end precisely that nature. Gorr at his peak doesn't just kill gods, he kills the concept of gods. Shazam would be stripped of his power, erased from the time stream, and drowned in the infinite abyss of All Black. If forced to choose an absolute victor for the confrontation between Gorr and Shazam, we must look at the core nature of the battle. Shazam is a magnificent champion, a god of light and virtue. He could easily defeat Gorr in his base form, and is one of the few heroes capable of resisting the corruption of darkness. However, Gorr, the God Butcher, possesses an insurmountable conceptual advantage. All Black, the Necrosword, is the absolute bane of all divine entities. The stronger Shazam is, the more he relies on the power of the gods, the more perfect a prey he becomes for All Black. Shazam's power comes from the gods, and Gorr exists solely to devour gods. Therefore, considering the overall power at their highest levels and the metaphysical nature of the weapon, Gorr the God Butcher would be the victor. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you all very much.